Council Vice President of Debate. I'm Lucas Consuegra, and with me are Lucas de la Guardia,
Hello, everybody.
Manny Rodriguez Lapido,
Morning.
and Oliver Romanach.
Hey, everybody.
Every candidate will have at least 1 minute for an introduction. We're going to start with Mr. LaGuardia. Mr. LaGuardia, you have the floor.
Good morning, guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lucas de la Guardia, and I'm running for Student Council Vice President. I've been at Belen since 6th grade, and I've had the opportunity to be the leader of many clubs, take part in honor societies, and grow connections with the brothers in my grade, but also the brothers in other grades. I've had a lot of fun in this school, but the school needs to see a lot of change. This change will take place to make it even more fun, more hype, and a better overall experience for everybody. I want to lead every class to an exciting year and try to lead you guys into creating a normal vibe once we return from this mess. I know I can get you guys the hype pep rallies, the customizable lanyards, and the intramurals that I've been promising so much because I will fight for everything you guys want. You guys are my #1 priority. At the end of the day, I just want to see all the boys happy and having fun as a grade, most importantly, having fun as a school. Let's make next year a movie. Thank you.
We will now move to Mr. Rodriguez Lapido, and you have the floor.
Thanks, Lucas. For those of you guys who still don't know me, my name is Manny. I'm a member of the varsity lacrosse team, student council rep since freshman year, and a member of the Key Club board. I don't need to tell you how demanding Belen already is, but I believe that behind all the homework, the nights of little sleep, and other commitments that we all have, there's a massive potential for the student experience here. And that's something that can only really be found at Belen. I didn't know this coming into 6th grade, and it's something that took me a while to understand. But I can promise that through my events and experiences, I'm going to get you guys to enjoy next year as much as possible. Thanks, Lucas.
Thank you, Manny. Mr. Romanach, we'll start with you, and your minute starts right now.
All right, so hey guys, I'm Oliver, and as you may know, I've been in Belen since 6th grade as well. I'm in sports such as varsity football, and I'm also in the steam club that I'm the president of currently. And as someone who's had kind of a leadership position in those clubs, I really know how to lead a group of people. And I feel like something that is really important is my effort I'll put into this, guys. I really love this school, and I just know that I'll be able to put 110% into this for you guys. So, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Romanach. We move into a 15-minute debate with questions that I just received only about 10 minutes ago. So, and then after the debate, we'll finish with a 1-minute closing. So the first question is to all the candidates. The vice president needs to work with the president to push through their agenda. What experience do you have with compromising and working with people you have not chosen to work with? We'll start with Mr. LaGuardia.
So I've had a lot of experience in other clubs and honor societies with presidents and vice presidents, even when I don't have a leadership role. And I know I can get the job done with the president and with the rest of the cabinet because I know we can work together as a group, as brothers, to get the job done. Experiences that I have is when I go off to competition, I keep reminding the teachers of the clubs, the leaders of the club, that I'm still there for support even when I'm not actually there. So I just have a lot of experience with helping people, helping teachers, and just making it overall a better experience for everybody. And that's my main goal. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to Mr. Rodriguez Appeal. Do you need the question again?
No, thanks. I think in regards to working with the presidential candidates and finding a compromise is not going to be a big problem for me. Playing lacrosse and being involved in other leadership positions has given me an opportunity to have those experiences before. But I'd also say that in regards to this specific group of candidates, that I'll be able to work with them very well, as we've all pretty much been friends in some way or another since 6th grade. And I think that I think that our platforms are very similar at this point, and we'll be able to come together on a lot of things very easily.
Thank you, Manny. Oliver, do you need the question again or no?
No, I'm good, Lucas. Thank you. So I feel like I'll definitely be able to work well with these presidents as well, because as Manny said before, we've really had like a close relationship with these people since we started out with that. We're all really good friends, so it really works out. And I feel like a way that I've been able to like kind of show my ability to compromise is definitely in clubs like STEAM and football, that we've been able to work with people that have come together as a family, and it's just like that sense of brotherhood that we've been able to make. I'm confident I'll be able to make that with the current president. That is elected.
Thank you, Mr. Romanich. We move into the solo question. So we're gonna start with Manny. Manny, your slogan is all about bringing back brotherhood. What specifically is missing in the brotherhood at Belen right now, and how do you intend on bringing it back?
Well, when I look at Belen, I see a massive disunity between the different grades and between members of each grade. So I think by its nature, kids tend to stay in groups and, not really explore hanging out with other kids. So I think through things in my platform like we'll be able to tie the grades better together by creating those mentorship roles and get them to collaborate more on planning events and enjoyable experiences. So I think I think the thing that's missing most from the brotherhood is the relationships between each grade.
Thank you, Manny. This next question is for Mr. De La Guardia. You've advertised adding lanyards and hoodies to the school next year. What is your plan on convincing the administration for allowing these two things to happen?
Passing hoodies is pretty difficult, so my main goal is the customizable grade lanyards. And the main pitch that I will go for the administration is that it definitely will bring a grade together. Each grade works together to design their own lanyard through a Google form. They get to choose the color, whether it's pink, light blue, yellow, whatever they want. And then they get to put a grade motto. The motto could be, let's say, an example for the class of 2023. It could say, the class of 23, we're the best class. The point is for these kids to actually wear the lanyards, to show off that they're proud of their grade, and to basically just get closer with their brothers in the process of these lanyards. Thank you.
Thank you. Oliver, you've been talking about intramurals in your plot. What exactly is your plan to improve them?
Well, as someone who's seen the intramurals be happening like a lot recently, I've noticed that kind of a lot of grades aren't really participating in them because it's mainly the 8th graders that are doing them. So I want to open up intramurals to all grades and invite all of them to join in so that really everybody could feel connected and everybody can have fun during their free time instead of just sitting classes that have been doing them recently. And I feel like another thing that I've been wanting to bring is also a flag football league on the weekends, as I've said before, which will additionally kind of help people in not only becoming closer as brothers, but have something to do on let's say a Saturday afternoon. They might not have something to do.
Thank you, Oliver. We're gonna move to a question that is to all of the candidates. Some have complained about the pep rallies that they've been lacking energy and spirit. As your position as plan the entire pep rally, how do you plan on being the considered hype man of the school? We're gonna start with Mr. LaGuardia for this question.
One of the main goals of the vice president is to be a hype man, and that is super important in the pep rallies. But what I want to change in the pep rallies is preparing them 2 weeks in advance, not just start working on it the day before. I want to go to every homeroom individually with the cabinet and ask each kid, give me 10 kids that you want to see out there playing football, playing dodgeball, having a race. Just give me 10 kids in your grades that you want to see out there so you guys could get more hype. You could be cheering your own grade off, and you could see your grade potentially beat grades higher than them, grades lower than them, and just try to be the best grade possible. It 100% helps grade unity, and it definitely helps school unity overall. And as a hype man, I just plan on bringing more music that everybody could get into, actually having each grade cheer when we call on them instead of being dead silent, and just overall make the entire homecoming week, not just a pep rally, but the homecoming week more fun and have more preparation for this pep rally. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. Manny, we're gonna move the question to you. Do you need the question again or no?
No, thanks, Lucas. Got it. I think in regards to creating hype around the pep rallies, that's not going to be a big problem for me necessarily. But in improving the pep rallies, I think there are a few things that we can take. Lucas had a great example. I think a big theme of my campaign and my work next year is going to be getting stuff done ahead of time. In pep rallies, I think we have to change them up, how they're set up a little bit. So bringing new events in, as Lucas said, playing different music and doing activities. I think another big thing that will make pep rallies awesome is bringing in guests. So whether that's a celeb, an athlete, or something cool to rally up the students, can make pep rallies a much better experience.
Thank you, Manny. Oliver, do you need the question again or no?
No, I'm good, Lucas. Thank you. And really, I feel like I have like plans for making these pep rallies better. And I feel like one thing that's really important is that these pep rallies are for the students. So what I want it to be is something that's by the students as well. I want to be able to pull, like the different grades, the different leaders in student council representing the homerooms, see what they want to see in a pep rally. So I can try my best to get my things in there. And I also want to do something big. I want to separate the middle school and the high school pep rallies so more people can be involved. Because I see a lot, like very low involvement in these pep rallies by a lot of people. So I feel like kind of separating the middle school and the high school so the middle school can represent themselves and their teams would be something that would be beneficial to not only them, but to everybody.
Thank you, Oliver. Manny, during in your platform, you talked about a big brother system. What's that about?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the Big Brother system is an effort to build unity between the grades. So I grew up hearing stories from people like my dad and uncle of how well their grade and their class got along with the other classes in the school when they were at Belen. And I think that's something that we really lack nowadays. So essentially the way I had visioned it was that we pair a rising 8th grader with an incoming 6th grader to mentor them through middle school, and then a rising freshman with a rising senior to mentor them through middle school. And by doing that, we kind of create a precedent for those programs to build and those relationships between those two specific classes to also build. And I think it's something that would be optional to the students, not something that we would necessarily have to make them do. But I think most students would be really interested in the idea and fully supportive of it.
Thank you, Manny. Mr. DeLaGuardia, in most campaigns we've seen, and we've seen that they've said that they are going to bring back field day. We don't know that for sure. What makes you think that you're the one that can make that happen as the vice president?
Well, all the candidates, even the presidential candidates, want to bring back field day because we had it when we were in 8th grade, and it was and 8th grade was definitely the best year for all of us. And it was so exciting. It was so much fun. Grade unity was definitely seen there. And the thing is, we've discussed field day a lot with Mr. Roca, Mr. Jordan, and this administration, and they're really on our side on trying to bring it back. Bringing it back is the first step, and I think I can achieve that as vice president. But then making it one of the best days of the school year is really my main goal. I will fight and fight to get that day for everybody especially for the seniors, because it's our final year. So I just really want to see everybody having fun. One day where we can just be a school together, having fun, going against each other, and just overall having a great experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Oliver, in your platform, you were talking school dances and you wanted to have a more student involvement into it. What exactly did you mean by that?
So again, when it goes by grade level, like let's say the 8th grade prom or the junior, the senior prom, like the students don't really get as much of a say as maybe they want in their grade level dance. So like I said before, I want to do polling in a way that kind of we could let the grades vote on what theme they like, what type of food they'd like to see there, what type of music they'd like to be played there. So that really could be more centered around them. Because at the end of the day, school dances are really for the people that are going. So I want to make sure that they're as involved as possible in the process so that they can enjoy it as much as they can.
Thank you, Oliver. That concludes the question part of the debate. Now we're going to move into a 1-minute closing for each of the candidates. So we'll start with Mr. DeLaGuardia with your closing.
So I want to thank you for the questions, and I also want to thank the other candidates. I love the opportunity to help every student here because you guys are amazing. You've been there for me these past 6 years, and it's truly helped me love this school. Because of everything you guys have done for me, it's time to return that and give you the most fun year you'll ever have. The students deserve to have more fun than anybody. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. We want to bring back field day. We want fun pep rallies. And we want to have the greatest experience ever with the boys. This week has been a lot of fun. I hope you vote for whoever you believe is the best candidate because these two candidates are amazing. And as I said earlier, and I will always say, let's make this year an absolute movie. Vote Luki DeLaGuardia for vice president.
Thank you, Lucas. We'll now move into Manny's 1 minute closing.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate kind of what Lucas said, like saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to be up here against these great guys. Belen has also opened so many doors for me and provided with me with so many amazing experiences over the past 6 years. And at the end of the day, the role of student president gives me an opportunity to give back, specifically to the students who have helped provide me with those experiences more than anything. I can assure you guys that I'm going to work as hard as I can to bring back a truly enjoyable Belen, and I encourage you all to vote Manny for vice president.
Thank you, Manny. Mr. Romanov, we'll move to your closing.
All right, so I've always loved the really fun aspect of Belen. I've always loved all the events and the activities I've been able to go to. And I feel like as a rising senior, now is my opportunity to take advantage of this year and really help you guys out so we could have an amazing school year together. And I've loved this school for really as long as and I really want to show them how much it means to me by electing me as vice president. I feel like I can give you guys a really fun school year. So remember, go all over for go all over for VP. Let's keep playing great.
Thank you, Oliver. This concludes the 2020 each candidate for showing what they could bring to the school. Now, remember to vote through on campus. It will be sent to your email. There'll be many platforms to vote for the candidates. And remember to follow us on Instagram for the latest on this year's campaign. And stay home, stay safe, and stay golden, Wolverines. Thank you, guys.